Derive an expression for escape velocity in terms of radius of the planet r and acceleration due to gravity g. Solution: escape velocity directly proportional to radius per a. Escape velocity directly proportional to acceleration due to gravity per b. And we have to find the values of a and b. Okay, they are the pairs of radius and acceleration due to gravity. Combining these two, we get v proportional to r per a, g per b, or v equal to some constant, dimensionless constant of proportionality, r per a, g per b. Where k is dimensionless constant of proportionality, a, b are powers of radius and acceleration due to gravity. Now let us write dimensional formula for this equation. Velocity is Lt minus 1 equal to k is dimensionless, just drop it, r is radius, g is acceleration due to gravity, whole power b. Radius L, acceleration Lt minus 2. LA, LB is L power a plus b, t power minus 2b. This is Lt minus 1. Let me take the power of time. Time minus 2b, time minus 1. Minus 1 equal to minus 2b, or b equal to half. Let me substitute b half in this. A plus b is 1. Implies b is half. A plus b is 1 means a should be equal to half. Am I right? Yes. Substituting a and b in equation 1. Velocity equal to dimensionless constant times r per half, g per half, or v equal to constant root of r g. The value of k cannot be found out by this method. K is dimensionless and this is dimensional method. Derive an expression for speed of vibration in terms of tension and linear density. So speed is proportional to tension per A, speed is proportional to linear density per B. T can be time, T can be temperature, and in this context it is tension. Equation 1, where K is dimensionless constant of proportionality, A and B are exponents of tension and linear density. velocity, speed velocity is meter per second, therefore LT minus 1. K is dimensionless, drop it. T is tension, tension is M L T minus 2 whole per A, tension per A. Linear density, linear density is mass by length whole per B. So M is mass by length, and this mass by length quantity is called linear density. M per A, M per B is M per A plus B, L per A, L per minus 1 into B, minus B, L per A minus B, tension per minus 2A. This is LT minus 1. Now let us compare the dimensions of corresponding quantities. Minus 2A equal to minus 1 implies A equal to 2. Equal to A equal to half. Now let me consider L. L per 1 is L per A minus B. So A minus B equal to 1 implies substitute half in this. So it is half minus B equal to 1, or B equal to minus half. Let us substitute these two in equation 1. Equation 1 is velocity, dimensionless constant, tension per half, linear density per B. B is minus half, equal to K. This tension per half means under root tension. M per minus half means M should be in denominator, and even this M should be within square root. And the value of K cannot be determined by this method. Derive an expression for speed of sound in terms of elasticity and density. Elasticity is stress by strain. Strain is dimensionless quantity. There is no unit for strain. The unit of stress is the unit of elasticity, and stress is Newton per meter square. So unit of elasticity is Newton per meter square, and unit of density is mass by volume, kg per meter cube. Okay, so we have to use these two in this question. Solution: speed of sound is proportional to elasticity per A. Speed of sound is proportional to density per B. So speed of sound is proportional to elasticity density, or speed of sound equal to constant, dimensionless constant, elasticity per A, density per B. P is this density, you have to write like this, rho. This is equation 1. Now what are A and B? A and B are exponents of elasticity and density. Now let us write dimensional formula. Velocity is Lt minus 1. Dimensionless constant, drop it. Elasticity is Newton per meter square. Newton is mLt minus 2 into L minus 2 equal to mL minus 1 T minus 2. This is for stress, nothing but elasticity. So mL minus 1 T minus 2 whole per A. Density is mass by volume. Mass by volume is L minus 3 whole per B. Let us simplify this. M per A, M per B is M per A plus B. L per minus A, L per minus 3B, L per minus A minus 3B. Time per minus 2A. This is Lt minus 1. Comparing the dimensions. Time minus 2A, time minus 1. So minus 1 equal to minus 2A implies A equal to half. Now either consider power of L or power of M. M per A plus B. There is no M term. There is no M term means it is M per 0. So 0 should be equal to A plus B. Implies substitute half here. If A is half, then B must be minus half. Thereby half plus half minus half is 0. So B is minus half. Substituting these two values in equation 1. Velocity equal to K, elasticity per A is nothing but half, elasticity per half, density per B, density is minus half, or constant root of elasticity per half, E should be within square root, density minus 1 by, so there should be density. This is the required expression, and the value of K cannot be determined by this method. Students, you have to write the conclusion. The value of K cannot be determined by this method. Limitations of dimensional analysis. So this is an important question for 1 or 2 marks. First limitation says, the method can say whether the given equation is dimensionally correct or wrong, but not that it is correct. isn't it? When we check the correctness of kinetic energy, half mv square, we cannot check whether this half is correct or not. We can just say that mv square is correct with respect to kinetic energy. So if the expression for kinetic energy is taken as 1/3 mv square, then the dimensional method says this equation is correct. But we know that 1/3 is wrong. What is the meaning of that? This dimensional method can say that the given equation is dimensionally correct. Dimensionally correct. Or it is wrong. It can say only two things, either dimensionally correct or wrong. So that is one limitation. It can never say that the given equation is correct. Or the first limitation can also be stated like this. Dimensional method is a necessary condition but not sufficient to say that the given equation is correct. Second limitation. The value of dimensionless constant cannot be determined by this method. Yes, when we derive an expression for kinetic energy in terms of mass and velocity, we end up with this constant m power 1 v power 2, and we can't find the value of k. Students, you know why it is. Students, you know why it is so. Because k is dimensionless. Dimensionless, and this is dimensional method. So that is why we can't find k. Third limitation. Equations involving addition or subtraction cannot be derived by this method. Addition or subtraction means equations like v equal to u plus at. See, there is addition. S equal to ut minus half at square. So this is another expression with negative sign. You will understand this in the next chapter. S equal to ut minus half at square. So we can't derive this equation involving minus or plus. Okay, that is another limitation. So these are standard questions. Give examples for dimensionless physical quantities. Answer: it is dimensionless. Refractive index, refractive index is a physical quantity, but there are no dimensions. Similarly, strain. In different chapters, you will learn about refractive index, strain. For time being, strain of a material is 3, strain of a material is 5, enough. You don't have to mention any unit for this. If there is no unit, there are no dimensions. So examples: refractive index, strain, specific gravity, so these are few examples. Next question. Give examples for physical quantities with units but no dimensions. There should be unit but no dimensions. There are two supplementary physical quantities, right? Angle and solid angle. So these are the physical quantities. Angle unit is radian. Solid angle steradian. These are the physical quantities. These are the units without dimensions. Okay. If you want one more example, then angular displacement. Angular displacement. So this is one more physical quantity with unit but no dimensions. Next question. Examples for dimensionless constants. examples for dimensionless. All numbers. All numbers. All numbers means 1, 2, 3, 5. Because when we mention numbers like this, we won't mention the unit. 1 means 1. There is nothing like 1 second, 1 kg. They are for different physical quantities. But these numbers are always constants, but no dimensions. Pi, 22 by 7. There is one more, exponential, e. So these are constants without dimensions. Give examples for constants with the dimensions. See, constants without dimensions. Now constants with the dimensions. Constants with the dimensions means speed of light, in vacuum. Speed of light in vacuum is usually denoted by small letter c. And you know, this is a constant. What is the value of this constant? 3 10 power 8. Unit is meter per second. So always speed of light in vacuum is this constant with meter per second as unit. Similarly, gravitational constant. Planck's constant. There are so many constants which have dimensions. So 1 or 2 examples are enough, okay, for time being. And you will be learning about all these constants in your subsequent chapters. Next question. Examples for dimensionless variables. Dimensionless variables. So all trigonometric functions are dimensionless variables. Trigonometric functions are dimensionless variables. Because if you consider sine theta is ratio of something to something. Ratio of opposite side to hypotenuse, isn't it? If opposite side is in centimeter, even hypotenuse will be in centimeter. So these two get cancels. It is a number. It is a variable. Still, there are no dimensions. So all trigonometric functions. Angular displacement. Angular displacement is a variable. There is unit but no dimensions. Strain. Strain is a variable. It can take any value and it is a dimensionless quantity. So these questions are important from first and second main with respect to first and second main. 1 mark or 2 marks. Okay. Next, rounding off. Rounding off a number. Observe these examples. 25.43. I can round off this number to 25.40. Instead of 3, I can take 0 because 3 is closer to 0 than 10. So instead of taking it as 3, I can take it as 0. Similarly, if it is 25.48, this 8 is greater than 5. Therefore, add 1 to the previous number, make it 5. Instead of 4, 5 and make it 0. So here you can drop this 3 and take it as 0. Here 8 is closer to 10. Therefore, add 1 to previous number and make it 5. 2 more examples. 5.2 232. So after rounding off the last digit, we get 5.23. 2 is less than 5, so make it 0. So 2 is less than 5. 5.237. See 7 is greater than 5. So add 1 to the previous number. So make this 4. It is 5.24. Make it 0. So this is how we can round off. Now what if the last digit is 5? Observe. 3.425. 3.435. See, observe the last digit. This last digit is 5. So it is closer to 10 as well as equally closer to 0. Therefore, to round it off, you have to observe the previous number. Here the previous digit is even. If it is even number, then retain that number as it is. So you can round it off to 3.420. Now look at this number. Again 5 at the end, but the previous is odd. If it is odd, add 1 to the previous number. There is 3 here, right? Add 1 to 3, it becomes 4. So 3.440. You can write 0 or you can drop 0, doesn't matter. So whenever 5 is there and you want to round it off, means this convention is used. Convention means it is something like, let us follow this throughout. That's all. So 3.425, 5, previous is 2, which is even. So retain that number as it is. 3.435, 5. Look at the previous, it is odd number. If it is odd number, add 1 to previous. So make it 44, 3.44. Preceding digit is raised by 1 if the significant digit to be dropped is less than 5, and is retained if the letter is less than 5. If it is 5, then you have to follow this rule. Significant figures. Significant figures is the precision of measurement. Significant figures is the number of digits accurately known in any measurement. If in a measurement large number of figures are there, means it is more accurate. Large number of significant figures are there, means it is more accurate. Observe, this is a rectangle. Task is to measure length of this rectangle. Length, okay. Using scale, somebody measures this as 4.2 centimeter. And second guy uses a better instrument and measures the length as 4.23 centimeter. So we can say that this is with two significant figures, means one digit, second digit. Two significant figures means he has measured the length using less precision instrument, whereas this measurement is done using high precision instrument. If somebody uses microscope to measure the length, then he may get the answer as 4.232435 centimeter. See, there are more digits involved. So we can say that there are more significant figures in this measurement. Means this measurement is done using high precision instruments. Now, how many significant figures are there here? Means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 significant figures. Now, one should know how to find significant figures in a number. There are a set of rules. Let us go through those rules and let us find significant figures. 2, 4, 5. After measurement, somebody got this value 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 significant figures. Okay, all the digits are important. Suppose 205 is the number, then all the digits are significant. If there is a 0 between non-zero numbers, then it is significant. Therefore here 3 significant figures. 3, 4, 5, 0, 0. If this is the number, then you should not consider zeros after non-zero digits. So only these 3 are significant. So only 3 significant figures, and those 3 are 3, 4 and 5. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 8, 7, 0, 0, 0. How many significant figures means? 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 significant figures. Okay. And these 3 are insignificant. Something like this. Distance between two cities. City 1, city 2. Distance between city 1 and city 2 is about 150 kilometer. Distance between city 1 and city 3 is about 180 kilometer. Distance between first city and fourth city about 240 kilometer. Observe, while mentioning the distances, the third digit is not given importance. If there is no importance of the third digit, then 1, 2. There are only 2 significant figures. Here 1, 2. 2 significant figures. 1, 2. 2 significant figures. Suppose somebody measures the distance between first city and second city using some instrument, and he got the value as 140 kilometer. Students, understand, after measurement, suppose if he gets 0, then 1, 2, 3. There are 3 significant figures. If somebody measures using some other instrument, he may get distance as 141 point or 141 kilometer. If it is 141, then 1, 2, 3. 3 are significant figures. Somebody else measures, if he gets that as 138 kilometer, then 138. 3 significant figures. See, this 0 is accidentally obtained during measurement. That is why that should also be considered. Whereas here, they deliberately avoided the third digit. They just wanted to mention some distance, 150 kilometer, about 150, about 180, about 240. For the sake of communication, these numbers are enough. In such cases, you drop 0. In a measurement, if you get the 0, then that is considered. Now, 0.245. Here, all non-zero digits after decimal point are significant. So there are 3 significant figures. 0.00245. These zeros are insignificant. If zeros are between decimal point and 2, they are insignificant. So only these 3 are significant. 3. 0.00013. See, these zeros are between decimal point and non-zero digit. Therefore, drop these 4 zeros. 1, 3. corresponding to these two significant figure. Point 12300. If zeros are after decimal point and non-zero digits, then all are significant. You have to consider all this 5 significant figures. Point 340000. These zeros are after decimal point and non-zero numbers. Therefore, all these are significant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Now, point 0012000. You have to consider only this. These are insignificant. Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 significant figures. Now, let me use both. 25.43. Guess the number of significant figures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 126.04. Now, this 0 is between two non-zero numbers. Therefore, this is also significant. All are significant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 digits. Now, 126.040. You have to consider this 0 also. Therefore, all are significant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, 240. Only these two are significant. So, it is 2. Students, go through the rules of significant figures once and let us come back with more examples. $985. Number of significant figures is 3. There is 0 after non-zero digits. Therefore, these are significant. There is 0 between non-zero. Therefore, all these are significant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are after non-zero digits, but these zeros are between non-zero. Therefore, you should consider only this. The way you dropped this 0, you should also drop these two zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the number of significant figures. Only these 4. These zeros are between decimal point and non-zero number. Therefore, only these are significant. 4. Drop these two. Consider these 5. Therefore, 5 significant figures. This 0 is between non-zero digits. All are significant. 5. Only these 3 are significant. No, even these zeros are after decimal points. Therefore, you should consider all. Observe this. 43000. These 3 are insignificant, only 2. But here, these 3 zeros are after decimal point. Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.